Hello, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. All right, it's New Year's Eve. That means tomorrow is January 1st, and that's New Year's time, New Year's resolutions. So this week, we've been looking at different proverbs from the Old Testament and how they teach us about things that we may want to adopt for our New Year's resolutions. Today, I want to look at a passage out of Proverbs 3, starting with verse 13. This is a huge proverb, made a huge impression on me when I was a young man, and it's one that I've tried to live by as much as I can. Let me give it to you. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom. Wisdom. Now that's a key word. It's chachma in the Hebrew, sophos in the Greek, but chachma. Think about that. Wisdom. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom and the one who gets understanding. Now you get wisdom, you get understanding, you get this chachma that's talked about here. And here's the result. The gain from her, this is still Proverbs 3, the gain from her is better than gain from silver. It's pretty good. Silver's pretty valuable. I hadn't checked the paper today to see what it's trading for per ounce, but I can tell you it's pretty valuable. But you know what's even more valuable than that? Gold. And do you know what the next clause says in this passage? It's better, wisdom, better than gold. More precious than jewels. Nothing you desire can compare with her. So that's wisdom. That's chachma in the Hebrew. Now, what does that mean? There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is knowing something. Wisdom is something much deeper than knowledge. Now, wisdom is something that's also fascinating. James, in the New Testament, James has a very interesting point. In James 3:15, he talks about wisdom that comes from above as opposed to wisdom of this earth. And this is after he's already said in James chapter 1, verse 5, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. God gives generously, he said, to all without reproach. So the key to wisdom is in part a wisdom from above that you can ask of God, and he promises to give it to you generously. But the key is knowing what wisdom is. Wisdom is not how to make an A on a test. Wisdom is an ability to see the world through the eyes of God. It's an ability to see things and understand things the way God sees and understands things. Wisdom in this biblical sense is something that is shown by our works, but it's shown in fact, James even says this. James 3:13 talks about the meekness of wisdom. Praus, this Greek word of meekness, it's not mamby-pamby. No, meekness means I'm strong, but I'm gentle. And wisdom is this way, an ability to see the world the way God sees it is an ability to understand things in a godly way. Jesus described himself as meek and lowly in heart. Jesus was strong, but gentle. He was meek. This is what wisdom does to us. When we see the world, catch this, when we see the world the way God does, when we have wisdom, it's the most valuable thing we could ever have because we will perceive God. We will perceive the world in ways that help us walk in his will, in his loving kindness, faithfulness. It banishes fear. I mean, do you really think God's afraid of anything? No. When we can see things the way God does, we don't have fear, we have confidence, and we walk in this world in the victory of a victorious God. That's wisdom, and it's more valuable than anything else you could get in 2021. Join me and let's make a New Year's resolution to go after wisdom. And tomorrow, New Year's Day, I'll tell you how to get it.